talk about the requirements, but just to understand the climatic conditions and so on. So everybody says US, but how many of you have traveled to US? So most of you are aware about the climatic conditions? Yes, no, maybe? So are you aware of the time scales? Yes? So there is a difference. Unlike Delhi, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kolkata, not much of a time difference. Here there is a time difference or a time gap of 2 to 3 hours. So we need to be aware about it first. Second, adapt. You should be able to adapt to the climatic condition whichever location you're choosing. So that means you need to appropriately choose the university which you are going to and the location. That's the reason why I'm talking about this specific slide. Right? You have Mountain Standard Time, Central Standard Time, Alaskan, Hawaii, and so on. We move on to the next slide, please. It's just, most of you have traveled. For the ones who have not, they can just have a look. The geography, how it looks, the map. So it talks about the destination. Ali on the left, if you see, that's the Silicon Valley, the California hub, where most of the IT people prefer going to. On the right is New York, Washington. You have at the bottom Texas, on top North Dakota, and so on. Right? Next slide, please. Again, climatic condition, just a quick look at how the climatic condition looks. You have Mediterranean, humid, and so on. And these are Fortune 1000 companies. Go back, please. Back. The one which we spoke about is a Fortune 1000 companies which have to cater to your jobs and so on. So you can have a look at it quickly. So how many of you know, I know the slide was brought in front of you. What is Ivy League according to you? Everybody wants to apply for top-notch institution? Yes, no, maybe? Yes? Okay. What is Ivy League? Everybody who comes to me, while counseling happens, they say I want to go to the Ivy League institution, or the top 20, or the top 5, or the top 10. So are we aware what is Ivy League? Yes, no? Okay, we'll get the slide on that. So Ivy League is a collegiate athlete conference comprising of sports teams from 8 private institutions of higher education in northeastern United States. The university which constitutes the Ivy League are the ones which are listed on the screen now: Columbia, Cornell, Dartmouth, Harvard, University of Pennsylvania, Princeton, and Yale. You have various other institutions which come into the top 25: MIT, Stanford, Cornell, Berkeley, UCLA, you name it. US has most of the top-notch institutions. That's the reason why people who want to study in the US specifically. We can move on to the next slide. Okay. Now, everybody has heard a lot of news about Trump, right? Now, there is a policy which he is proposing to be rolling out, which is yet to be rolled out. How many of you are aware about the policy? Go on.
He wants only Americans to get employment over there and not anyone outside of America.
Have you read the policy yourself, or this is some info which is being passed out by one of your colleagues' friends?
Some info.
Friends, right? What else? Any other info?
Indians not allowed to get the H-1B visa
H-1B visa. Any reason why?
because they want more Americans to work.
To certain extent. Not to the extent it's.
That's the limit though, like we must earn I believe $1 million or something per year.
Okay, well, so I have a gist of the information which the policy talks about, so we'll move on to the next slide. So we have seen a lot of talks which Trump has spoken about. He's still building a Mexico wall, which is yet to be built. Passed a law stating none of certain countries from minority can enter. That was overruled by the court, right? and a lot more things, Obama healthcare, XYZ. A lot of things which he's trying to bring in, bring out, and so on, according to his own convenience. Right? Coming back to the policy which he talks about the H1B, it is very clear on the screen. Right? H1B is against the misuse of visas and not against any students who want to apply for, universities. Basically, what he's talking about is he wants to have, take away the lottery system and get into a merit system. So unlike earlier, what has happening is currently most of MNCs station their workforces after training them out here in India in various countries, specifically US, right? So they go on a H1B visa. They cannot go on your student visa, right? So they go on a H1B visa. Now what happens is these are all BTech students who are actually going to be trained, then be placed depending on the profiles and whichever company they join. So they go and work there. The kind of pay scales they are drawing compared to that of their counterparts or the domestic students is much higher. So he's trying to get in a policy which says that every student or every employer needs to make sure that the person who's going to be employed needs to have a master's degree, not a bachelor's. So that's getting scrapped. So it's not going to impact any of the international students or so-called Indian students as well who's wanting to make an application to universities abroad. So there is no policy, the Trump policy which is talking about, which is yet to be rolled out. It's not been passed. If at all is passed, it's going to be beneficial to you guys. Definitely not, a negative aspect where it says, it's stopping any Indian students coming. If you have the credentials, you get to apply, you study in those top-notch institutions, and get to work as well. There is no restriction. So to you, going by the US culture, how many actually students go ahead and study until the level of master's or undergraduate? Very few, right? It's the international community ideally which contributes to studying in all those top-notch institutions. If the business for us, people like us who are consultants and who are looking at, counseling students who like to go abroad. Apart from that, there are a lot of institutions themselves who come and participate in FAIR. Why are they coming here? They need business, right? The entire economy, 1 crore is not a small amount, or 1.25 crores. If I have to talk about graduation, if I have to talk about your MBAs, PhDs, even though it's more of a stipend-related program, the tuition fee is waived off depending on the profiles, right? But MBAs again, it's close to a crore. They are making money only through international students, not through domestic students. So if they have to run their economy, they need to have us there. So there is no way that this policy or the misconceptions about this policy which has been spread across, the various different versions, I speak something, you speak something, the way it's passed down to different people gets different each time somebody speaks about it. Just like I think my friend who mentioned that one of his friends mentioned, stating that it's against, what did you mention? I'm sorry, I completely forgot about it.
I heard that he wanted only Americans to have.
Americans. Definitely, the first priority goes to domestic students. But eventually it has to be passed on to the international community who's studying there or wanting to work and go on. So not every domestic student qualifies for the job. They need to have those credentials. And most of us do have it, right? So that's the reason why Bangalore specifically is already called the Silicon Valley. We have multinational communicating to various segments, whether it's aerospace, whether it's software engineering, anything basically, right? So it's the international community which contributes towards growth and a career and a workforce there more than the domestic students. Right. We'll move on to the next slide. So many of you have heard the difference between public and private sector, just like the one which you're currently studying. Private institution, international, and public. Public is government aided, right? So the screen speaks, public is more services, private is smaller classes, public is more research oriented, private is more personalized attention, just like the way you get out in international schools, right? And apart from the low tuition fee, more scholarships, funding from government, funding from tuition and alumni. I don't know how many of you have heard Prodigy Finance, UK-based company. This is run by alumni of, top-notch institutions. There is something called Empower. These are people who have studied, started, and assisting international students who want to study and fund them, depending on their credentials. Cool. We'll move on to the next. The difference between a college and university is just the definition or the name. It is not any different from college or university. The name, it's just that the name is different, but the programs which are offered are more or less the same. Right? In US it's called college. There are some institutions which are called Merrimack College, Marist College, and universities which you already are aware about. The programs are same, curriculum is same, accreditation is same. There is not much of a difference. It's just the definition of the name which changes. That's about it. Now, working while studying, right? So you have your CPT and OPT period. Apart from that, this is something which you need to know about. While you go on a F1 visa, you get to work there for 20 hours during your studies and 40 hours during your vacations, right? So 20 hours could be within the campus. You need to float your CVs in the career counseling cell, depending on the available positions in work, whether it could be a library assistant, research, graduate assistants, working in a cafe, and so on, right? So you get to get those jobs, you get paid as stipend, or vice versa, minusing the credits off. So that's how it works. So 40 hours during vacation, 20 hours during the regular program. Now, optical practical training and curricular practical training. This is for most of the master students ideally, but good to know information for you guys. So you get to work while you're studying and post completion of studies, right? So that's more like an internship program where you get to study in the same field which you are pursuing your studies in, and then move on to get a job. Assuming that the same company observes you, you convert your F1 visa to your work visa. Next slide. So this is